And we're back. I'm Jack, your British guy, and we got the Haters Guide to the 2025 MLB Postseason. Now, I have done a reaction to the 4 wildcard games that I played yesterday. And then I saw this in the recommendations. I thought I've got to drop on it. One of my favourite YouTube channels. So we're just going to jump on this one. Let's go.
We have arrived, my friends. The countless months of grinding, the travel, the ebbs and flows of a season.
I had to make sure I was recording. I didn't remember pressing the button.
Many teams have suffered bitter disappointments and some hilarious failures. But more than a few others have come back from the dead, or simply watched as everything else burned around them. 12 teams remain and survive for now. And these suitors will be gunning for the ultimate prize: vindication and immortality.
Mister, I need a drink.
Fucking pathetic. If the Tigers had any honor, they commit seppuku on the mound for the shameful displays we've seen this past month. This was a group that had a 14.5 game lead over the division in mid-July. A double-digit lead in early September. It evaporated in 3 weeks. This is a monumental collapse. It's not 2007 Nancy Fried Chicken and Beer, but it's about as bad as last year's teams. You mean a hitting core that was never supplemented at the deadline fell off the face of the map? Fucking stunning! This is grounds for harassment. And it ain't just in their workplace. Jesus. What's your solution, AJ? Running Scooble into the ground? Praying to Jobu for hitting? Guess what, Buttercup? You're playing the team that's kicked your ass all month. And the only reason you're here is because the Astros imitated the challenger. Get out, Detroit. Go out there to lose your 2 games and don't return until you and your ownership stops resting on your laurels. This team unironically thought overcooked ground chuck was going to be an asset. Come the fuck on.
Does he not like Detroit?
The ends justify the means. Boston lives through that mantra. Their season's been incredibly unpopular. Endless drama with a franchise facing dabbers to the point of trading him, doing next to nothing at the deadline, Dustin May not suddenly returning to form, settling for Nathaniel Lowe. They were primed to be mocked, but they took that scorn and make us whiff like crochets on the mound.
Sounds like West Ham, to be honest.
He's an ace now. I think that trade's worked out for Boston. The pitching staff as a whole has surged in the second half. The young hitting core is doing serious work in bringing them back to relevance. And this is without Roman Anthony as a plate. Wait a second, Trevor Story's healthy, and he's back to prime form? Is it going to result in sustained success? I don't know, but one thing is certain. Boston is to be feared. No, I'm not bitter that
they played well too bad. I enjoyed watching them.
Didn't give up a hit for 3 months, really? What the hell was this in Pittsburgh? He was a fucking gas can here. There isn't even Altuve to hit one off him again this postseason. Breslow's making all of Boston eat shit. Somehow. Alright.
I did say in the highlight video we did, but if you haven't seen that, some people let me know in the comments some specific players I should be looking out for, but don't put like Otani, Judge, Riley, any Philly players, to be honest. I don't need them, but like any like specific players, they go like they're good, but they're not like the top end that I would probably know them, and I can actually write them down in a book and kind of actually check them out, where I'm not just watching the teams, I'm looking out for stats for some specific players as well.
Standard Yankee season of
Whereas the likes of Riley, Judge, I'll be doing that
Judge
anyway.
is doing his usual thing and beating the shit out of baseballs for what feels like the 22nd year in a row. They are delinquents and must feel the bat of justice. So commonplace that we find his greatness humdrum. Amazing. Their core will crush opposition with the long ball. Their starters will cruise to victory even without Colton Schmidt. Their bullpen. It's definitely a sight to behold.
I'm waiting to see them a Mets diss.
People wanted hits back in August for good reason. True enemies come from within. Anthony Volpe developed all but the yips and shorts. Man's to send him back to Jersey run rampant, but he doesn't hold a candle to Devin Williams. The way he's been playing, Yankees fans consider him equal to a hijacker on 9/11. The organization allowed facial hair for this? Simply be bailed out by Judge at every turn? The only thing to be worse is if they lose to Boston again by means of blown save.
They lost game 1.
Look at their head-to-head record with them this year. Even in failure, don't forget, Cashman and Boone are here forever.
Who's that? Oh, the Guardians.
You're not dead? I could have sworn you were publicly executed back in July. They lost a mid-tier starter and their elite closer to a gambling scandal. They shipped away the face of their...
what?
They lost a mid...
Oh, wow. I did not hear about that.
Tier starter and their elite closer to a gambling scandal. They shipped away the face of their pitching staff and more at the deadline. Ownership barely spends much of anything on their payroll. Cleveland was hovering around 515 games back at one point. But then came a winning streak that revived an entire city. Maybe this is the miracle of Guards Ball. It will be the ugliest, most unwatchable shit the average fan will set their eyes upon, but to Cleveland, this is heaven.
What was
Dreams is having a
that?
month worthy of immortality. Dead serious, it's why they've been on the incredible streak they're on. And their hitting core has done more than enough.
The Tigers won
Led
game
by the
one.
might of the eternal Jose Ramirez and CJ Kafis? Okay. The key has always been in finding pieces to hit alongside Jose. If they can do so consistently in October, they have a legit chance. The concerning problem now is replacing David Fry, but that shouldn't be too hard, right? The art of bunting's truly been lost. What a world we live in. The Mariners overcoming themselves to claim the AL West from most certain evil. I was worried about them for a moment. Take yourself back to late August. A sizable playoff gap and threat of being blown once again to those fuckers in Houston. A free fall with pitching that apparently couldn't throw outside of Washington. But even the gods got tired of the old stereotypes. The dick punch shall wait. Instead, please take the greatest blessing. Big dumpers. And dogs. Heaps upon heaps of dogs. Over 60 homers for a switch-hitting catcher. With even more power.
I still don't know what
alongside
switch
him.
hitter
J-Rock's come
is.
back into his own. A career year for Jorge Polanco. The revelations are real enough.
I've assumed there's someone on
Then you
either side
remember,
that can hit.
they have
can
quite
hit
possibly the
either
best
side.
collection of arms the sport has to offer. If they can learn how to pitch on the road. Like Ric Flair, they love the woo. This is the best team the Mariners have featured in almost 25 years. Everything should be pointing towards a World Series appearance. Playoff mustaches
I'm
and
saying
Etsy
Brewers
witches
and
abound
Blue
for
Jays.
success. There are no excuses, Seattle. The time is now. Please, dear God, let it be so. Who knew that the secret to reviving a stagnant team was just to wait? In spite of an awful start to the year, despite their offseason acquisitions being detriments at best and injury-prone at worst, the Jays found their old mojo.
Wow.
Their home
Those
cooking's
W's.
become the best in the league. Must have been in the corner of the attic or something. Vlad's extension didn't have immediate impact, but it's a sight for sore eyes to a beleaguered fan or something. Vlad's extension didn't have immediate.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Blue Jays reach agreement of 14-year, £500 million. 14. Can't be asked to work that out.
But it's a sight for sore eyes to a beleaguered fan base. Since June, a team possessed, a laggard core rejuvenated, a pitching staff dealing. Minus Jeff Hoffman, the Jays have done the impossible. They've made John Schneider passable as a manager. Fandom no longer calls for the Atkins diet, but a feast worthy of kings. And even more to come. Alek Manoah is back. On second thought, he's not.
Nope.
Jose Barrios is on
Nope,
IL
he
for
is injured.
inflammation. Questions regarding Bo Bichette and Shane Bieber in the future can wait. Baseball can't wait for you to load over the Yankees and Red Sox. They nearly avoided blowing the division at the last minute, but perhaps time won't be as kind. Umball could fuck them over again.
Fuck the Cincinnati Reds.
They spent over $1 billion in free agency to be bested by the goddamn Reds? This is legitimately hilarious. Tito wins by doing nothing. That's honestly the best way to describe it. Since he pretty much survived the whole year with an endless amount of inconsistency in all facets of play. Yes, I'm as confused as you are. Maybe that's what the magic of Tito does. They were looking for their Bruce Bochy and they may have gotten it. The Reds may have gigantic chasms in what they call a lineup and can't hit with runners in scoring position worth a damn, but by God, everyone else imploded around them, so they'll do. Ellie De La Cruz, the team. Will they smack a 450-foot bomb or whiff on a shitty curveball? The mystery box personified. Behold the salvation of their hitting core. A prime edition worthy of song. Miguel Andujar. I'm not joking, he's returned to his 2018 vintage here. At least Key Bryan's got a good glove. Hunter Green shoving on the mound. So are Lodolo and Abbott. They are carried by their starting rotation through thick and thin. In a vacuum, since he should merely enjoy getting back ears to getting crushed via hydraulics. Yet the postseason's always full of Cinderella stories like them. I think their time is
We
now.
want them absolutely battered.
There's a god
Which
out
they
there.
were, to be fair, at first by
Where
the
the fuck you
Yankees.
gonna
But
go? Probably do an altar to pray for hitting.
the Yankees started being a bit embarrassing around the 6th or the 7th.
You thought San Diego was done throwing everything in the kitchen sink at a championship. Dead wrong. St. Peter's given them life from beyond the grave. Pretty much the polar opposite from 2023 in terms of luck. And An all-in push rivaling a potential last gasp. The usual big boppers in the hitting core, a premium starting rotation, and quite
Wasn't the
possibly
Yankees,
best
was it?
bullpen
It
in
was
baseball. Then add
Dodgers.
Mason Miller hurling fire to it. It's just gonna cost you Jason Adams.
Padres
Desperation
played
or
the
not,
Yankees,
this is
didn't
the
they?
best chance they may have left. And rewards will be great. The Dodgers are struggling immensely and keep blowing games left and right. San Diego's gonna take advantage of it and corral the NL West for themselves. You'll control your own destiny, right, Padres? Padres? What the hell did you struggle at the same time as fucking LA? Seriously?
I've
Now
confused
the
myself.
team goes cold? Situation's critical. Cease and King are all but gone after this. The prospect pool's nearly emptied, and that Bogarts deal isn't getting any shorter. I try to have good news, but Ramon Laureano's going to be out for the wild card. I swear to God, if San Diego blows yet another golden opportunity. Finally. The bump I was expecting out of
Wait.
them last season was a
Or did they play the Cubs?
It only took the revelations of Kyle Tucker and company to bring them out of the abyss. Whether or not ownership's willing to
Wait,
pay
who-
the big bucks is a different matter entirely.
Right. I'm going to have to, because this is going to really bug me. Detroit played the Guardians. The Cubs played the Padres, Yankees. The Yankees played Red Sox. Dodgers played Cincinnati.
But the entire organization's taken a step forward, excluding
Okay.
KCA. Side form's fallen off.
Not
dramatically
even
since the start of
15
August.
minutes ago I recorded
There's
that
still
video.
a lineup of balance. Solid power, hits for decent average, good fielding, can get on base damn well. But what about pitching? Well, the bullpen's pretty solid. Starting rotation depends on the day. I'm not dismissing it. There's talent there, but they never got reinforcement for it at the deadline. And with those FIPs, you're praying for defensive miracles. And for Tucker to return from injury at full strength. And for Kate Horton to maintain a
Wow,
straight form.
lots of injuries.
It's a lot of what ifs. Can they overcome them all or fall to an NL West foe? Dangerous as anyone, Jameson? We'll see about that. Remember when everyone and their mother said there was no reason to play the season back in February? The Dodgers were just gonna stomp over everyone. Screw the season, crown them the champions now. This is why you play the games. Because you realize that LA's a complete goddamn mess. Their late season swoon has the sky falling on them.
Ah, look at those
The
elves.
offseason acquisition that's performed competently? Maybe Snell when he's healthy? I'm not joking, nearly all of them went to shit. I don't know where the hell Roki Sasaki's talent went. I must be unable to get a visa. Nearly half their rotation's injured long-term again.
No.
Michael Conforto's a hot mess. And I don't know why the hell Dave Roberts insists on chucking Tanner Scott out there to blow every game he pitches. Maybe it's because Blake Trinan would go out there and blow every game he pitches. An all-star hitting core of dreams that goes long stretches without hitting the baseball. Shohei must think he's with the Angels again. He's doing yeoman's work. Fortunately for LA, the Padres are fucking useless, so they claim the NL West because it was always destiny. Postseason's a fresh slate and they needed it. This will be Clayton Kershaw's last drive. It'd be doubly ironic if playoff Kershaw randomly returned when relieving a Yamamoto no-hitter. Or maybe that's just Tanner Scott. They
Was he the player that hit
implode
3,000?
smoldering wreckage.
This season?
Phillies are impressive, but you can certainly say they're predictable.
Schwarber.
When in doubt, the bell shall always dog. Usually with Kyle Schwarber. A lot of Kyle Schwarber. God, I love using that sound effect with him. This was supposed to be a race with the Mets. Philly fucking motorboated them on the starting line. The acquisitions in Queens have mostly sucked. Harrison Bader and Yohan Duran have been godsends. Thank you, Tees. Their hitting core has always been the epitome of boomer bust, thriving on the long ball as always. They don't worry about that with pitching. Pound for pound, the strongest rotation in the NL. Minus Aaron Nola season from hell. Or Zach Wheeler going under the knife. But think of the positives. Taijuan Walker is slightly less ass than last year. Even Walker Buehler's doing things. That's the true victory. But can they finally
Obviously,
eclipse
I
that
hope we
dreaded
get to
hump?
the World Series. Like I said,
Team score is
I
pretty damn old. Schwarber's a
I've
free
gone
agent
Blue
after
Jays
this year, and
Brewers.
chances like this don't come often. One slip up and it may mean the end of a window. The Mets and Braves will probably celebrate when that happens. And then Phillies Karen wants to see the manager. Milwaukee Magic's something special indeed. Talk to Quinn Priester, going from meatball chef to master on the mound. Ask Andrew Vaughn, he who found his batting pedigree once free from the hell of Southside. Milwaukee pitching is a standard. The rotation is strong as usual with a bullpen that doesn't miss Devin Williams in the slightest. The emergence of Bryce Terang overcoming the loss of Willie Adames in the middle infield. That outfield's pretty impressive. One of the strongest hitting teams in the league with enough pop to make people scared in their boots. Freddie Peralta's a legit ace. No concerning holes anywhere in the lineup. Bob Uecker would be proud watching this group. I beg you, Brewers, don't fucking do it again. Don't get us all on board your train with that strong regular season and then derail off a cliff. Every damn year it's been something different. Hitting core going silent here, a blown save there, mauled by polar bears, you name it. I'm really hesitant to get attached to this strong team because I know what's coming. Perpetual failure. There is good news though. If you continue tradition, you'll make it past the first round by default. October Ball's always a special time. The traditions and legends that encompass it create lifelong fans. Triumph and heartbreak are part and parcel of such an enterprise. And this time around will be no different. But what will this postseason hold in store? This is as wide open as it gets, honestly. Every team has noticeable flaws and pure strength, so you may as well roll dice and pick from there. From me and my prediction, though, I'm going with Mariners versus Phillies.
Wow.
Seattle's pitching second to none, and if they can get their bats in order, they're a dangerous foe. And Philly, Bell always goes dog. And even without Wheeler, their pitching holds their own. Can't get much better than that. It's time to play ball, boys. May the odds be ever in your
I like his vote of confidence there. Like I said, he's probably one of my favourite YouTube channels out there. Absolutely smashes it every single time I watch any of his videos. And that's helped me understand the postseason just that little bit more. I can't wait to see the games every single day. I'm hoping there's games every single day. Like I said, is there any specific players out there I should be keeping my eye on? Let me know in the comments and of course right down there. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Hope you have a great day. Peace.